Well, very late start now. It's 8:15. It's dangerous when you're in the land of luxury youth hostel. My 6 o'clock starts are definitely blown out of the water. Wonderful place though. Note to self, if ever walking Pennine Way again, stop at Alston Youth Hostel. Just exactly what a youth hostel should be. Just perfect. I think it's actually independent though, sort of like linked to the Youth Hosteling Association, as quite a lot of them are these days. But just a wonderful place. So this is day 12, I think. Good Lord. So yeah, I head over to Greenhead, go up the valley to Slaggyford first, and then the very people always grumble about today. It seems to be the day that people enjoy the least. I think it's because the bogs at the end. It's quite hard to follow the route, but it's so dry. It's got, it's going to be all right, isn't it? But it's I also suspect that means it's a little bit deceptively longer than you think, because you're just going up a valley. There's probably lots of stiles, and it's slightly harder work and longer than you reckon, because you've just done Cross Fell and you're about to do a long walk along Hadrian's Wall and Bellingham. I reckon people think it's going to be a nice easy one, and then it's not, and people are kind of surprised by it all. Apparently it's less well signed and things, so yeah, I think there's various things like that that are going against today and make people not enjoy it quite as much. I'm going to do my best to enjoy it. If I get a chance to dangle my feet in the water again, I shall be doing so. Now, this place reminds me a little bit of rural France. It's just behind me there. You've got obviously a really nice Georgian house, but it all looks a bit kind of ramshackled and run down, because rural France, obviously it's very big spaces. Rural, everybody moves out to the city. This is kind of the same as that. Alston was the same as that, actually. It was quite grand architecture, but the place has obviously got no money or jobs at all. It's just how all of this feels. It's got that really rural, slightly ramshackled, but also rich and lovely. It's a nice spot. You can see over there where we came from yesterday. Cross Fell. So we came down into the valley for Gavergill, and then followed it round the corner to Alston. And then equally you can then see today's route, where we're going to follow up into that valley and find Slaggyford, and then round the corner up towards the hills in the background, towards our destination, towards Greenhead and Hadrian's Wall. Really nice, glorious day again. I think the sun always shines on the Pennine Way, always, every day. It's a really nice spot. This is an ancient Roman hill fort, excavated a few years, and obviously then you can see the South Tyne Valley and even Cross Fell in the distance. Nice friendly herd of cows just come past as well. Yeah, really nice. See a little bridge here. There's definitely no canals up this kind of neck of the woods, so it's a surefire sign that we're about to find the old choo-choos. It's the South Tyne, the old South Tyne Valley Railway. I don't think it's still working. I certainly didn't take passengers. I don't think it's one of those steam places. I think it's a cycle path and footpath now. Shame it wasn't that when they made the Pennine Way. I suspect if it had been, we'd be following it a little bit up the valley, but the path seems to be that we meander and sort of journey either side of it. I guess a lazy person, or possibly a person doing it a second time, maybe me next time, might use it as a little sneaky cheat. You can actually just wander down the railway line, much more direct than up the hills and down dales. But definitely not something you can do on your first time that you do Pennine Way. Definitely not. Okay, 2 little updates. One, the aforementioned railway track does have railway tracks on it, so it is something. I reckon it must be a little steam train. I don't think proper trains can be bothered to come up here. I just don't think that's possible. I reckon there's a South Tyne steam enthusiast. The other update is it's a 1 pole day today. The other pole is going in my pole holster. There's so much map reading to do. I feel like, and there's no real climbing. It's all up and down Rory Dale. I think it's a one pole. I should have one pole though. My knee's still a little bit gammy. Feeling a bit sore last night. Feeling much better now. It's working again, but feel like I need one pole. But 2 poles, pole too many. Ever since about Thwaite area, there's just been lots and lots and lots of this. Wildflower meadows. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know whether this is an initiative the government's doing or something to encourage, you know, the bumblebees back and farmers get some kind of subsidy for it. But it's absolutely beautiful everywhere. You know, there's been loads and loads of these wildflower meadow fields. Really beautiful. Just passing on the map what would be Lintley Station. Well, I guess it's Lintley Station. There's a couple of cars parked here. I don't know if they've caught the train or something. But then you start to get this beautiful aqueduct. I mean, just glorious. Be a nice place to stop for a break, and maybe I'll have a slice of pizza. Second breakfast pizza. Oh, he's in the high life. Living the high life today. My feet are like, Daddy, Daddy, please, please, we could have a little dip. I'm like, no. No feety dipping. No feety dipping till after lunch. Yeah, as you go along here by the South Tyne a bit further, some amazing spots you could stop for a sort of packed lunch or a foot dabble. Really lovely. I bet this could get a bit more raging than this because it's been pretty dry the last week or so. Really amazing spots. But it's too early for me. It's not even 11 o'clock though, as you notice. I am already showing the look of choice. It did a great job for me yesterday, so we are looking buff again today. I'm buff. Yeah, in Slaggyford there's a richness to the architecture and stuff in places like this. Got a little green and a little chapel. Same as Alston. Alston was quite grand and had a grand looking Victorian hotel. I think it's one of those things where, because they have the railway, I can imagine these areas got a lot of Victorian tourism to go up the fells and all that, because the Victorians did love their railway tourism. So that's what these places were. This is the Torremolinos of the 1890s. That's what I reckon. That's where you are right now. Torremolinos of the 1890s. And it's very nice. So it's left like lots of really quite grand architecture in places that you know, are less visited now for whatever reason. But you know, good luck to us. Thank you, Slaggyford Chapel. Just have a little drinking water point on the wall. Absolutely fantastic. I'd already drunk 1.5 litres of water. I've now filled up both my water bottles again. So if I drink everything that I've got on me, then I've had a great day. Yeah, been and checked the railway line, just a bridge and down there, and we're following it in the embankment. There's no tracks anymore, so if there is anything happening, there must be a little steam locomotive, just something for the tourists that must run just from Slaggyford to Alston. There we come through this track next to the railway lines, and we see another beautiful viaduct. So see the path seems to be more of a cycle path now, just a couple of bikers going past up there. Really nice. Thought one last view of the valley behind me. You can still make out Cross Fell in the distance, or the Pennine Way takes me down there. I think I can see Great Dun Fell as well. Yeah, lovely. But the Pennine Way now takes me down, different direction. Now sliding down there, and pretty quickly I'm going to pick up Maiden's Way, which is a Roman road that takes me up into Roman land, whatever it's called. See Greenhead. There was then the last bit of bogs, which must be what made people not like this day, because I found it amazing so far. So there's like 4 or 5 miles of bogs at the end. I think that's what people remember. I think today's actually really quite a good day. I tell you what, it smashes those footpaths into halls. That was a boring day. There's no way that you could say this is less good than that. normally stiles go over like a wall or a fence of some kind, but sometimes, you know, and they're quite rare, yeah, you get a freestanding stile. Yeah, no one quite knows how they've got there or how they've arrived, but you know, free range stiles are very popular, I understand, and you know, there's a big campaign at the moment to make sure that we maintain our free range stiles in this country. Well, I'm now on the Maiden Way. It follows the line of this wall. Yeah, I'm going to be following it for about 3 or 4 miles. Not what I expected. I was expecting like a really clear stony track I've been following. No, it's just a field. But I am following a wall, so it's a very straight walk now. The next while, I guess this wall must ultimately carry on and just go to the fort that we saw a few miles back. It's a beautiful spot. I bet everyone stops here. Kind of nicely just past halfway in your day, and a little footbridge. There's grass there, and there's grass the other side, and a few stones here. I've gone for the stones today. It's just a lovely spot. I bet at least 50% of the people who walk the Pennine Way stop here and have their lunch. That's what I'm doing. Just a bit of Pennine Way as you follow here and go up to the motorbike. Absolutely no path at all. You get to the top and there's another stick pointing you to come down here, but no path whatsoever. I guess the heather doesn't mind being walked on and just grows back straight away. It's definitely less walked around here. It's like, you know, this is the Pennine Way. A lot of places it feels like a footpath motorway. Here it's just, you know, pick your way through the grass basically. It is interesting. I've just gone through a section where, you know, you're kind of following stakes at a distance through a kind of a bog. Today it was quite easy and quite clear, but I could imagine on a wet day, you know, there could be various challenges involved. It's definitely, there's not as many people walk this. Farmland's poorer as well. It's like, you know, the buildings and everything is, you know, this isn't, you know, the rich country of the Yorkshire Dales anymore. Definitely not. This is the place where people always get lost. So coming across this moorland here, to be fair, there's not really a path that you're following, but you do know that as you curl around, you're going to hit this wall, which is a wall further down and a fence. So because you've got that, you're kind of making a curve, and you know you're going to hit it. And then obviously the rest of it, you clearly just follow the wall, and then you take an angle. And I mean, obviously we've got a visible day, but you can see the trig point to the top of the hill. So we're supposed to go to the right of the trig point, but looks like the path goes up to it, so I'll go and visit the trig point, and then from there just head down to where we're supposed to be. So not too bad. I was saying the rocks were a trig point. They weren't. They were something called the Eddy Stones. That's the trig point. Yeah, on the top of the hill, and the path does kind of go to the right of the trig point as we look at it. It's nearly on my way to Greenhead. And that lady in the background there, that is Dawn. Dawn is doing the Pennine Way in August. She's a school teacher at the school, and this is her commute. She runs home, and I plan to wire camp it all the time. I've just been getting half my kit out of my rucksack to show her what I've got. She's going to go and buy the pillow. She's going to buy the Sawyer Screws water filter. You know, really nice lady. So good luck, Dawn, in August. On these fields. Farmer's just bringing in some more sheep over there. So it's very important that you've got your team together. Hence the noise. Make sure you've got your family close around you in this field. Greenhead now. And I've clearly found my first bit of Roman wall. Digging out the ditch. Building it up there. So I'm guessing that was the wall on top there. That was the ditch that the enemy had to get over. The side that you can't see is clearly Greenhead Golf Club, which I've got to just walk around now.